on its Cybertron, and now its residents shall witness its dismemberment. Rise, my podcast. Serve your new master well. All hail Unicron.
Should I go now? Should I start, Justin? I think he started already, and this is the beginning of the show. Hello, everybody. Welcome to All Hail Unicron, episode 65. We went back in time with a Kia Sorento that runs on rotten apples and swamp-ass farts. So you've got to just work a long day running around, be a fat fuck, eat some very questionable leftovers from your office fridge, not the freezer. And then, take that juicy mixture, rub a rotten apple in your crotch, throw it in the Kia Sorento flux capacitor, and you're good to go. Back to episode 65. Happy tax day. It's April 15th. All you people who, I got my return in 2 months ago, and I got money back from the government. Fuck you. All right. I'm your host for the evening, Robert Detolf, and I have with me my two lovely time travelers. We have Aloysius T2RX Sexy in the house, Justin.
Hello.
And coming up right next to him, holding pinkies, we have Rich the Pre-Order himself.
Hello.
Yellow.
Yellow. Azalea, when she was a baby, she couldn't say yellow. She would say lello. And I would say yell. And she'd be like, yell. Say low. Low. Yellow. Lello. She wouldn't say yellow. All right. So, anybody see episode 5? I just can't. X-Men 97, I just can't. Oh my God. People like heartbroken, like they never. Come on. I mean, yes, it was a great episode. You guys all saw it, right?
I did, yes.
No.
Justin, you didn't watch it?
No. What are you talking, Fallout?
No, X-Men.
Oh,
97.
no, I haven't watched any of it yet, so I'll get there.
I don't understand why episode 4 was as garbage as it was, and then episode 5 was great. Episode 4 was 2 half episodes, both stupid. Arguably one worse than the last, and the last worse than the first, and then 5 came and it was great. But oh my God, everybody online is crying, and I just can't. I'm never gonna be the same. It's a fucking cartoon, and you all know none of these heroes are gone for good. You even have time traveling in the cartoon. So
in that episode.
They're all in that episode. They're all coming back. So shut the fuck up. Like, really? Really? Are you 5 again? Seriously?
You did see the original X-Men where we went to the future and everybody was dead, right? Like, you saw that? Like, even Wolverine dies there. Just saying that nobody stays dead in comic books. Like, well, there's one thing about comic books. They're going to retell the same story and nobody stays dead. So.
Yeah, all the X-Men died at one point. I remember in the comics. That's when I was reading them. Turns out they weren't really dead. Jean Grey died, but it wasn't Jean Grey. It was her clone.
Yeah. It was a great episode, but I mean, they literally planted the time travel seed in that episode.
Oh, man. Almost like they haven't done that before.
Yeah, Cable's there, and he's like, oh, nope, it's too late. It's happening. And then he I'll see you, Mom, and he disappears back in time.
I got this thing that lets me go back and forward in time. It's it's totally wild. I mean, but everyone.
Let me just say this. If like an 85-year-old Justin appears out of a portal in front of me and says, Rob, get the fuck out of here right now. He's coming. I may say, who? And then I'm sure he'll say, Unicron, get the fuck out of here.
No, you know what he's going to say at 85 when he shows up? He'll be like, the final Fans Toy Combiner limb, and then he'll disappear. It's finally here.
It's the ghost of your taxes.
Fans Toys finishing one of their combiners. Which one? It's... And then he disappears. No, but I mean...
Don't let me down. Which one is it?
Cable appears, and Madeline's just like, what are you talking about? He's like, you gotta get the fuck out of here now. And she's just like, oh, your eyes. Oh, it's you. He's like, you stupid crazy bitch, fucking run. And she's like, oh, you're him. You're my baby. And he's like, get the fuck out. And he's coming. And she's like, what on earth are you talking about? It's like, really? And Cable couldn't be like, listen now, Mr. Sinister Son is right here, right now, with a fucking Godzilla. Like, you are a dead lady. Oh, God. Oh, boy. Anyway, anybody get anything this week? Justin, what did you get?
So I thought I was getting some old GoBots records, but it turns out that I didn't read very carefully because I'm a nerd and nerds don't read. And
Did you say GoBots records?
Yes, they were like one of those. Like, so apparently, you know those.
Do they come in a trash can?
Pretty much. You know those old Transformers things that they were like the Listen and Fun, and they came with like a little Transformer and a cassette tape. Was the same thing, except it was a book and a GoBots record. And I'm like, oh, cool. I'll get these because I've been trying to make this little, like, you know, cool little record wall downstairs. And the G.I. Joe one was eluding me and insanely expensive. And so I ordered them. And then I was like, oh, shit, I fucked up twice. Because not only are these not full-size records, I'm like, but this is just the books that come with the record and not actually the record. I'm like, well, good thing I only paid $12 for this. But... So, but in the meantime, then that G.I. Joe record came up from Goodwill of like Indiana or something like that, and I managed to get it for like $26. So that'll be here soon, as opposed to the $80 that the other person's asking for it. So.
Wait, you got it from Goodwill?
Yes, on eBay they listed it, and I was like, "Ooh, I'll take it." So
when you were in your house ordering from Goodwill on eBay, were you like in a fur coat on a scooter going, I'm gonna pop some tags.
That's the only way that I shop there. So.
I got a GoBot in my pocket. I want some cheap records. This is how I'm coming.
Exactly.
Oh God.
Yes. So, but yeah, I was like, oh, this turned up, and then like I bid on it, and like I was like, all right. Like, I'm not paying this fucking guy $80 who wanted it before. I'm like, I am willing to go up to like 60 something. And then like I tuned in last night as the auction was ending. I'm like, nobody else bid on it? I'm like, seriously? I'm like, I mean, the record's intact. It looks fine. Like, it just needs to go on the wall. I don't even give a shit if it doesn't play right. Like, yeah, so I'm good. I'm happy. So.
I'm gonna pop some card backs.
Exactly. And that's all I got. I've been waiting for some things from Show Z, but they've been slow to ship anymore. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. But
wow.
They did have a 3-day holiday in there.
Well,
I noticed that.
They can go and go fuck themselves. They can't have a holiday. Do they know who I am? I'm a friend of Matthew Deluxe Baldwin.
How do you have child labor and holidays?
Exactly.
I don't get it.
It doesn't go hand in hand. Something doesn't add up.
You're a 5-year-old, but you get a break today. I don't get it. None of us work today. But let the 5-year-olds have off too.
Yeah.
Rich, what did you get?
I think the only thing I got was the replacement or upgraded arms for that magnificent Mecha Prime.
Yeah, me too, actually. Yeah.
They are nice.
Is that the MP44 knockoff thing? Or
No.
That's the 3.0 that actually transforms.
It's not a 3.0 though. It's not the same.
I don't think so either.
It's not.
I don't think so either.
The proportions are completely different. It's like weird. Like people are nowadays just calling.
Anything that looks like something else a knockoff.
Yeah, and it's like just because they both look like the source material, whichever came out first is the original one, and the second one's a knockoff. But it's.
Can I tell you something? That's been around forever, though. I mean, like.
It's true.
I mean, look. I mean, I'm not Matthew. If you are listening, I am not throwing shade at you. But Matthew's like, they're knocking off Transformers. Like, I mean, you are stealing the IP for sure, but the Transformer is not a knockoff, right? Like, so. Right. Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's that Magnificent Mecha is not a knockoff of anything. It's its own thing. But I got that. Hold on 1 second.
No, I will not.
You can talk louder so you can be through this. No, the clothes are not sorted. They are mushed in messy, wrinkled balls.
So it's like
balls.
It's everything. Sheets too. It's all mixed. Yes. I threw that stuff in the bags with venom. She wants to know if I sorted and folded the laundry. The fuck? No, I did not. Get
I heard
the
you talking
iron out.
about your wrinkly balls too.
Get the fucking iron out. I had sweaty balls. I was not about to sort. I had to run back here. All right. It's like 100 pounds of laundry. We haven't been to Jersey in like 3 weeks. And anyway, what else did you get pre-order? I know you got some interesting collector stuff.
I haven't gotten that in hand yet, so I'll wait until it's on its way.
All right. Is that all?
But it is really cool. That is actually. I got a couple autographs from Judd Nelson yesterday.
Really?
Does that count?
How?
Yeah. He was at a convention in Schittsburg or near Schittsburg, Steel City Con.
You were in Pittsburgh?
Yeah. It's not quite Pittsburgh. I think it was Monroeville.
You go to a lot of conventions.
Yeah, I try to get some autographs.
And you live in Ohio.
I do. Ohio.
Ohio gozaimasu. So, did you drive or did you fly?
I drove. I went with a friend, and we both just rode together.
Was it Skeletor? Who did you go with?
I went with my buddy Mike, who is like a super autograph collector. He does a lot more than I do.
Mr. Hunt.
Mike Hunt, yes.
Wow. So you went yesterday. So you went for the weekend, or was it?
No, we just drove up, left at about 6:30 in the morning from his place. I left at around 5:30. He lives an hour away from me.
And what does your lady friend have to say about all your little jaunts out to conventions so frequently and so far away?
I guess she's fine with it.
She's like, okay, see ya.
Yeah, pretty much.
GTFO.
Yeah, that's probably what she's thinking.
Get GTFO, and then you come back and you're like, fucking cat pissed over all over my Transformers, and she's like, yeah, it was the cat.
Totally.
Totally was the cat.
Slap me twice and call me Johnny Depp. Someone took a shit in my Unicron box.
It was Amber Turd.
I get my wife she supports me and my interests because she knows I work hard and I do a lot, but at the same time it's like juxtaposed with like a huge eye roll whenever I'm like, I got to do the show tonight, and it's just like, oh, I'm like, dude, what the fuck, it's twice a month. Yeah. I'm like, you went to go pick up Azalea from school at 2:30. You came back at 4:30. I will be doing my podcast for less time it took for you to do the stock trading you were doing, sitting in a fucking park while Azalea played in the dirt. Like, give me a fucking break. We weren't holding pinkies. You were out lollygagging while I was stuck freaking watching lady fucking Gaga brains. Oh, God. I'm like, please get back. I need to pay the taxes. Like, are you fucking serious? Anyway. Okay. What did I get? Thanks for asking.
What did you get, Robert?
I got the arms for the Magnificent Mecha. I haven't swapped them out because Bobby still has mine. Turns out he already reviewed it, but he wasn't paying attention when I said I have this Magnificent Mecha. You want me to send it to you? Sure. Then he's like, I reviewed this. I'm like, well, you fucking said send it, stupid.
Yeah, he reviewed it like a year ago or something.
Yeah, I don't know. So it looks like the arms just pull out on posts, huh?
Hey, you heard it here first. Robert does not watch Bobby's reviews.
I don't watch all of his stuff. I'm not gonna watch all of his stuff.
I
can't.
Under the bus. No, you can't.
Oh, Lisa can't stand him, so I can't watch or listen. I can't have his voice in the house when she's around.
Wow.
She hates him. She hates him. Wow. He's that friend. She hates his guts. And he knows it. He knows it. He knows that she can't stand him. And then she'll deny it. I don't hate him. And if I'm playing a video, she'll get so mad and she'll just act so harumphy.
Like, is that the guy who breaks all your toys?
No, she didn't give a fuck about that. Oh, man. They got into a big... Anyway. So you just pull the arms out on posts?
There's a screw, like, behind... It's kind of hard to explain. Once you see it, you're like, oh, okay. It, like, if you look at the back and you I haven't put them on either, but I saw how you do it. There's one screw that kind of holds the post in from the back.
Huh.
It's not hard at all. It's just difficult to try to kind of explain where it's at. But once you look
Right.
at it, you'll be like, oh yeah, okay, cool.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, they look really good.
They do. The elbow looks so much better.
What else? Okay, so I got those arms. I got 3 Bestas and doors. It's been 2 weeks just to pick white. And I started out saying I wanted to get the white ones, and my wife did an entire circumference of indecision around the earth to come back to white. But of course, I never said it. I never said we should get white. Apparently, that is lost in the ether. I don't know if I ever mentioned this, but do you remember that Transart Quick Strike?
Yeah.
I own 3 of them now. Thanks.
That sounds like Robert. That's the Robert I know.
I own 3.
I'd say you could have one in each mode, but he only has 2 modes.
I have one in Brooklyn, one in my office, and I had sent one to Bobby to review. I told him to send it to Jisk. And I have 2 of the Transart. Hey, honey. Why do I keep getting interrupted? What did you say? Azalea just gave me a note. What do the food here? What the hell are you saying? What do you the food here? No, yes. Negimaki, rice, AAC, shrimp tempura. No, I don't want any, honey. Thank you. I ate really questionable leftovers out of my office fridge, and I'm not feeling so hot right now. And I have swamp ass. I don't feel like eating sushi at the moment.
Oh man. You don't dare eat sushi with a rough belly. That's
so I have 3 of those quick strikes. I can't believe it. Like, I kept thinking other pre-orders were hitting. I'm like, oh, another Legends came. I open it up. I'm like, fuck. And I got 2 Tarantuluses. I'm like, I'm done ordering. This is a mistake. Oh my god.
that Tarantulas is really nice.
I got 2 now. I got 2.
Quick Strike is okay. He looks the part. He's fine. But that Tarantulas is really nice.
Quick Strike is garbage. Come on.
I mean,
I would rather own the G1. I would rather.
Would you? I can send it to you. I have one that I'm.
No, please don't.
Well, now I'm going to.
I have enough. I could basically put them in alt mode and scatter them on the sidewalk, and people think the Scorpions in Brooklyn. No, that thing is pretty bad. Thanks for that again in triplicate. But yeah, okay, let's get on with our show. Anybody? Okay, we did that. Third party news. Color prototype of that initial D. Let's see. This is prototype of their upcoming Infinity IF02 Stray Drift times initial D.
Yeah, so
Masterpiece.
it's basically their teaser art was the manga of Initial D, and they've made him one of those Toyota Corollas, the AE86 version. It's good.
What's Initial D? I don't get it.
Initial D is a Japanese animation about like mountain racing in Japan, and it's super cool. It's a good show.
Is he a Toyota?
He's a Toyota Corolla. The Toyota Corolla has a couple different variants, and this one is the one with the, I believe it's a dual overhead cam, if I recall correctly. It's better than your base model Toyota Corolla. So it's the 86 model for the engine. That's the engine code. So, yeah.
I knew that.
Yeah, it's a very good show. Fantastic anime. And, yeah, that's what he is. So
interesting mass shifting going on here.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Bigger than Sideswipe.
Mm-hmm.
What I like about this is it's sort of like they're saying, hey, what if Drift was in G1?
Yeah.
So let's give him an 80s G1 alt mode.
I totally dig it.
It's
looks
pretty
like
cool.
It looks like an 81 Mustang. Were they like the same type? Were they like in the same vein with each other?
No, not even close.
Oh, I see what you're saying now.
I had an 81 Mustang. It was the first car I ever owned. It had bald tires with the mesh sticking out, and it had no heating core. And I crashed that thing in 3 months on a wet highway. I've told that story before. Yeah, it was hilarious though. I was like going through an overpass, and it was raining, and it was a curve, and it was a narrow highway, and I tapped the brakes because up ahead the traffic was stopped, and the car started fishtailing, and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna hit these cars!" And I swerved into the divider, just accordion the car, and I'm sitting. The car starts smoking. I'm like, it's like my first car. I'm like 18 years old. I'm like, fuck, this car gonna explode. What do I do? And I get out of the car. And I'm just like, how do I cross the highway? I got to get away from this car. And then 2 vans make the turn under the overpass and see me there, and then they fucking crash into each other, and you just hear boom, 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 going all up the highway behind me. And then I was like, oh, fuck. And I get back in the car, and it ran, and I just, and I like limped off the highway, like the car was like doing an elliptical. And then Allstate cut my coverage. All right, that's another story. But I love that car. But yeah, this does look really cool. I'm very interested in it. I'll tell you what though, it's gonna be fun to transform and pose. That's MMC. Probably not. This is probably the final paint because it's MMC.
This was a case that I was like, yeah, I don't really need all these extra characters, and I was like, yeah, this is looking pretty good. I think I'm gonna have to grab them. So,
what was the God damn it, the blur? Do you remember that blur that came out years ago?
Wasn't that IDW blur?
Yeah, what was that one? I had it. I love that figure. What's he called?
It's the one that they made Drift out of too, right?
Velocitron?
No. Shit, it was such a good blur, and can't recall. But anyway, it reminds
SXS one.
Yes, SXS blur. That was such a good. This reminds me of it. Just the other one.
I can see that one.
I know what you're talking about now. Yeah.
That was like the heyday of third party in my mind, where things looked cool and they were fun to play with, fun to transform.
Yeah,
and
I tend to agree with that, if I'm honest with you. So.
That this is cool. All right. Anybody else have anything to say about this?
No.
I'm excited. I love the art, though. I love how clean it is.
I like it too. If I was gonna nitpick anything, it's that I could see through his shin with that little black connector piece, but it's such a nitpick.
Mm-hmm. I see what you're talking about. Yeah.
It's really. I don't know how I feel about the completely transparent windows. I just feel like there should be some kind of tint to it just to give it life, but I like being able to see into the car because you can see the seats.
It could be completely transparent just because it's a test shot by the looks of it, and they just want to see how all the pieces are fitting inside and all that stuff. So maybe when it comes out, maybe there'll be a smoky black or something.
Someone should tell them that the steering wheel's on the wrong side.
I know.
All right. Let's see. Next, full color prototype of IronFactory's Samurai Monkey.
That's racist.
Yeah, very racist. This thing's cool. I like how. This thing looks cool, but the shoulders. My first gut reaction is I don't like. It's reminiscent of how they're, instead of just kind of going smooth with the ape, they're giving it fur, but it's not really that fur-like. But I do like what they did. They made it look like flames, Yeah. And look at the fucking monkey faces on his forearms.
Yeah. Which kind of look like that, the mace that he has.
Yeah.
It's like they incorporated that in both.
It's kind of weird because they look like baboon heads, and baboons are monkeys, and he's an ape. Which is kind of weird, but still, I'll give it to him. This thing looks good. This thing. I'll tell you what. It's solid. It's obviously a beefier samurai. Their beefier samurais are built different than their smaller samurais. The smaller samurais are kibbly, fiddly. Shit explodes off of it while you're transforming it, and you're better off leaving that piece off to transform it and snapping it back on.
Yeah.
But this looks like one of the beefy ones, and it looks good.
I mean, the end of the day, they know the aesthetic they're going for, and they've actually nailed it. You know. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Although
I think this looks cool.
There's a gorilla in a skirt, which is kind of weird.
He's a samurai gorilla. I mean, what are you gonna do? So.
I don't know, but why does he need a skirt? Like, his hips are far away from anyone swinging a sword at him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe shouldn't the skirt be on his front legs? You know, he looks like an adult trying to break into an elementary school and pose as a little kid. I don't know.
I mean, I think it looks good. I think it looks like the proper armor, which was sometimes on the side, sometimes on the front, right?
Okay.
I think.
But all I'm saying is you only needed the skirt to protect your legs. Why does he need a skirt on his thighs if his thighs are so close to the ground and behind him? It just doesn't look right.
Oh, yeah, well, I see what you're saying, yeah.
And it's like, I don't think the legs really do the job well. It could be the angle. There's something missing in the alt mode in the back half of him that it's not missing, but just not
the problem
finished.
is I think that this is a problem that is pervasive in all, whatever Beast Wars Primal. Just because like it just they don't really know what to do with the back legs, and they don't really engineer too much movement into them. So it's like, yeah, you just kind of fold him over and he's standing weird.
Yeah, they just kind of Z fold him and that's it.
Good enough.
But they could give it a little more range in those folds, you know, to get his butt higher up and get his feet more forward. And, you know, even if he had to have his arms had to be a little longer. I mean, why can't you have, you know, telescoping stuff for his arms to make them longer in alt mode? I mean, I guess it's just extra parts and stuff, and maybe it wouldn't work. But
yeah,
all right,
especially at that scale, it might just be too hard to do.
Who gives a shit?
Well, clearly,
I don't. DX9. There's a few of these coming out though. Dr. Wu's got one. We got IronFactory, and there's another company doing one.
Yeah, it's that. We looked at it. It's Robot Toys or something. It's doing
I'm in on it. Yeah. Oh, right. They're the ones doing the Megatron, which is shipping, and Primal isn't. Even though Primal was revealed first, they're shipping the Megatron. Shozy sent a notice. I paid for it like 2 days ago.
Nice. I didn't realize that was shipping already.
Yeah, but the Gorilla's nowhere to be found. All right. I'm eating a pretzel. DX9 shares their monthly period. MP Red Storm. Oh, man. It's been a fucking wild 2 weeks in my household. Trust me.
I put a second link there with somebody did a Digibash of him, which it helps.
I like it.
So what scale is this thing?
It's MP.
Oh.
It's 10 inches tall.
Okay. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but if I'm honest with you, like, I don't think I would replace the Bad Cube one that I have. Like, it doesn't look so much better than that Bad Cube one that came out years ago. Now, that one's hard to find, so if you don't have it, I guess then game on, but yeah.
Well, they just reissued it not long ago,
yeah,
though.
You're right, they did.
At Show Z, they had him for like $52 or $50. Him and Red Alert.
I mean, honestly, he's one of the best Bad Cube molds, and it just looks so nice next to the Sunstreaker. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. This one looks fine, but like not. I'm just not going to be replacing it, right? Like.
Well, yeah, and so we talked about that Prowl or the Dotson brother mold that they have coming too, and they fixed the chest so that it snaps together correctly. But it's
talk about an all-in-one.
Yes.
It's an all-in-one. It's all three figures in one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, gotcha. It's like I don't get it.
We don't get it, Robert. We're not as cool as you.
I'm slow. Yeah, but I think this looks like it has the same problem to me that that their Dotson mold does, it looks like it's old. It looks like this was designed back in the Bad Cube days. This looks like it was designed back in the like earlier, just several years ago, like when DX9 kind of dipped out for a while.
I agree with that, and it's like one of the things that really tells that tale to me is the knees. Like, look at how it bends at the knee there, and it just doesn't look like fluid, and it looks disjointed, right? Like, I don't know. I don't feel like you see that as often anymore.
Yeah, this seems like the Bad Cube beat him to the punch, so they didn't bother releasing it, and they just put it on the back burner and just decided to release it now.
Yeah, I can see that
that's
totally.
probably what happened. Okay.
It is interesting though that DX9's like, hey guys, we're back with these minis, and then all of a sudden they're like, and we're back with everything. We're reissuing our Stunicons, we're doing mini stuff, we're doing new MPs.
Do you think there's a connection?
None of the stuff we're reissuing goes with the stuff that we're putting out. It's all different aesthetics. It's cool.
Do you think there's a connection, or is it pure coincidence between all these old third-party companies, resurgence? Do you think they're in some way related to each other? Does it reveal that?
It's possible. I still think that I know that this is kind of an open for debate discussion, but DX9 and Magic Square, the DX9 minis, I got that double dealer, and it feels like a Magic Square.
Right.
So if somebody were to confirm that, like if DX9 and Magic Square came out and said, yeah, we're totally the same company, it would not shock me,
Interestingly, I've also felt that Magic Square recently jumped the shark. And at the same time, I'm seeing them jump the shark with their releases. You've got DX9 coming out with their own minis, as if there's a creative schism going on. And they're going their own. Someone there is deciding, you know what? I don't like where you're going. I'm going my own way now. Could just be making it all up.
That's interesting. Kind of like a Toy World and Zeta.
Yeah, it just seems like it. It's like you've got this DX9 mini stuff continuing the Magic Square that we know, and Magic Square kind of going weird.
Interesting.
But
not impossible, right? So.
Yeah, I mean, you've got DX9 coming back, Unique Toys. You've got MakeToys, right? We've got these three old players. All we need now is Toy World. Oh God, wouldn't it be nice to see Fans Project? Oh, come on, Fans Project.
I don't want to see Fans Project anymore.
Yes, you do. You love them. They're like the GoBots at this point.
Yeah, I don't want to see them anymore. I'm good. So, Fans Project is a weird thing for me because for such a long time it was like you lived for the next Fans Project release, right? And then it's like, then afterwards the scales shift and Fans Project's like, well, here's our thing again. Still, we're like, yeah, but nobody's buying that anymore. Like, but here's the thing again.
Just make it bigger. Yeah, that's what I don't get. It's like, just make it bigger. Re-release all your stuff. Make all more money. Okay. DX9 doesn't want to.
If they made it bigger, some of their stuff would be less frustrating to transform too, honestly.
Yeah.
Didn't Fans Project just reissue like the Glacier bots and something else?
I don't know. Those Glacier bots were going for like pennies on the dollar at most places. So
yeah.
I don't know.
Those were cool. Those were interesting. But they really, I feel like their jumping the shark moment was the, oh my God, was it that combiner they did? Yeah. What was it? Not the Glacier bots. The other one.
The Menosaur? They did the Intimidator.
No, what was that friggin'? The one that was like a Japanese exclusive. We got them, but most of them died from GPS. The one that Dino King.
Oh, yeah, Dino King and Instructor.
Yeah. They were hyping that up, and that was around the same time Zeta Scale was coming out, and people were like, "Yeah, Dino King, yeah."
I have Dino King. I never got the Monstructor. I got the Dino King and I got the shells. The shells were the ones that were hard to get.
I never got the shells. I think I may have the bots. No, I think I got rid of them. I don't know.
I remember
Iosaur or something.
2016. I forget what convention was that. It was several years ago when they had the Dino King, Monstructor, whatever, and you had the Dino King, and you had they're like, ooh, and you get these dinosaur shells, and I'm just like, so what?
So the thing about those to me is like the concept of that is cool just because it's like something we never got, and like I'm a big proponent of getting, you know, representations of things that we never got. But on the other hand, like, I don't know, they were hard to get, and it made tiny robots stupidly expensive, you know. So
Yeah, they're very expensive for what you got.
Yeah.
I like the dino shells because in Victory, the dinosaurs were like in it a lot.
Yes, they were. With
the little guys riding around on them and stuff. And the dinosaurs were, you know, actually moving around and doing stuff a lot too. So I like it. The size is smaller, of course, but it doesn't bother me as much because they're a Micromaster combiner to begin with, you know?
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
Well, the X9 doesn't want to be left out with all the MPG Ginrai news. So they dropped some of their own legend scale Ginrai pics.
So we saw this before, just like I think it was just a single pic when we talked about it in the news. But now we have alt mode and robot mode pics.
Okay. It looks pretty good.
Yeah, for legend scale, this looks great.
Yeah.
Nice proportions.
I would say for legend scale, it looks pretty good, yeah.
Little options for look at that combined mode. I mean, both bot modes look pretty fucking cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the combined mode looks really nice.
I'm shocked.
My only complaint is his head. His head looks just a little weird to me. It's very like squashed looking. Like it, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
The Power Master Prime head is like so big on Power Master Prime, and it's like you got these big ass broad shoulders, and it's just like this tiny little squished head, and it appears to be the same head on both robots. Like
no, it's not. It's just like the same size though.
Yeah, I was just trying to look at that. It's not the same head, but it is the same size.
Yeah.
The same size.
That is really weird.
Yeah,
it's like when you want to look like when you're a little kid and you want to look like you have muscles, so you put pillows in your shirt.
Yeah. I mean, outside of that, like, it looks good. It's like, so why did you stop at the head like that? Like, it doesn't make sense to me.
But I think the Power Master itself isn't as obnoxious and bulging as other iterations we've seen.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
It's certainly better than, was it Magic Square, who's just re-releasing their shitty Ultra Magnus again?
Oh, yeah. They took
Square
their Ultra Magic.
What's the cheapest way we can do this?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
They took their Ultra Magnus.
Good.
I will say there was a funny picture. Somebody posted this online and on Facebook and then said, will it be the same size as MPG Ginrai? Because the MPG the train bots rating are so much smaller. But
yeah. That'd be funny.
That
MPG.
Well, I put that as a discussion topic because I think it's a pretty big thing to talk
about. Along to get there.
Yeah.
Newage be Ballin and repaintin. You know it's Ballin from fucking Lord of the Rings. You know that, right?
Yeah, but isn't that spelled with one L?
Yeah, Ballin and Dwalin. Ballin and Dwalin. I don't know why they're Ballin and Dwalin. Are they gonna have a fucking Gandalf? Like what?
It always cracks me up when third party just picks names. It's like they're picking names out of a hat.
They should do a clear version. Well, they're gonna do a clear version, but their clear version should be called Frodo Ring and Bilbo Ring.
Uh-huh. That would actually be cool.
So it's a pretty cartoon accurate rendition of G1 Huffer for the legend scale, and pipes. Interchangeable pairs of hands, toy accurate hands, and 2 guns. What's a toy accurate hand?
Well, Huffer had those like weird. It was just the top of his smokestacks.
Yeah.
Because he was just a tiny little guy, so he didn't have hands.
See, I love that. And one of my favorite Fans Toys figures is Huffer, because he looks so much like the cartoon, but he's articulated. I want them to look fucked up. Like, I want them to look like they looked in the toon, like fucked up. Like, I love Hoist because of that. He looks like a fucking idiot in pantaloons.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but I want that. You know, because that's. Make them articulated. I think they should look as fucked up and stupid as they did on the show, but really highly articulated. And give them detail, too. But I like this. Give them his goofy hands.
Yeah. I like him. I think they look great.
Yeah, I like it a lot, too. I think they look good. I love the fact that the guns actually do fold over the hand. Or it's like the hands fold down and the guns fold forward. Like, I think that's super cool. Yeah, I really like these things. I think they did a great job here.
He has ginormous tart hands.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, those are the toy hands where it's just like two moose knuckles.
Moose knuckles.
Those are moose knuckles. Oh my god. He's like looking at him like, I want to touch these, but I can't. Because they are my hands. This thing looks cool. All right.
And then they got their repaints.
Are they showing those? Hold on.
Yeah, I put a second link in for those.
Let's look at the repaints. Repaints, of course.
Yeah.
What the fuck? What is this? What is this? Is this clear? No. It's an orange and black huffer. No, pipes. Huffer. No, it's
Huffer.
orange and black huffer with moose knuckles.
So what's weird about what is the orange and black huffer? Because remember, was it Newage did it? I think they have a black and orange that was like a totally different mold. Do you remember that?
No.
Transbots did, I think.
No. I gotta look. I gotta see.
But this is Newage.
Did I say Newage? I meant Bad Cube. There was a Bad Cube truck that came out. Damn, it reminded me so much of that Mask Bulldog.
Oh yeah. Here's the. Here, I'll send this in our chat.
I think it was Bad Cube.
This is the black and orange Huffer. It's Road Ranger.
Yeah, here it is.
Which is based on a
Captain Huffy.
GoBot.
I'm gonna put that in the chat too.
Captain Huffy?
Yeah.
Is a bicycle?
Oh, so this is Road Ranger when he's black and orange like that? That's fucking stupid. Road
So remember
Ranger's
that-
such a cool GoBot. God damn you, fucking Hasbro. Hasbro's like, let's just use the name. Fuck what it looked like.
Oh, this was the Bad Cube line that killed them.
Yes, remember? And it was like if you look at the truck, 110% that truck is the old Mask Bulldog. And
Yep.
like the truck looks super cool. The robot is super shit. Yeah.
I love how his if you scroll down a bit, you see the rear of his alt mode. He's just got his ass up in the air for you to stand on his tractor and pound away at him while he's driving around. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, this is something I'll never buy. Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty. Okay, let's move it along. Pretty in purple. Pretty in purple. Oh no. No, Kang Toys. The Kang Toys did their gold repaints of the Predacons, and now they're doing the purple.
And they got the black ones.
Because MMC did a purple, so they're gonna do a purple.
Of course.
Because it's 10 years ago, and everyone needs a set of purple bots. No,
Yep.
you don't. No one needs purple bots. No one's gonna buy this.
Yeah, give
We've
up
all
on
learned
it,
that.
guys.
We've all learned that lesson not to have a purple bot shelf.
Mhm.
Purple bot shelf.
I had one. At first, I had the Nemesis repaint shelf mixed in with my purple bot shelf. Then I realized, wait a minute, these are two shelves. I need to separate them. And then I had my Nemesis repaint figures and my purple bots. I'm like, this is stupid. This is stupid. It means nothing.
Yeah, I started down a black and white repaint, like two separate shelves. And I was like, yeah, I don't need to do this. And I stopped.
You got some sense in you.
I did.
Nah, they're yellow. They got beat on them. All right, add-on kits for days. Shout out to Deluxe. Why shout out to Deluxe?
Oh no, he says it all the time. This is the only reason I put this ad on.
Oh, because shout out to Deluxe because this is something stupid that he would collect. Actually,
no,
that's
I put
animated
this in here
Prime.
for. Yeah, I thought, yeah.
Let's see.
Hey, Justin.
Normally we don't do add-on kits, but I thought this one was.
I like add-on kits. That's so reminiscent. It's so old school.
It is. That's where third party started.
So I like this add-on kit. Don't get me wrong, but it's not. It's just like it's literally an add-on kit that doesn't like really nothing. Like it yes, it clips onto the truck, but like you could have gone like the trailer route. I don't know. I feel like you should have gone the trailer route. And I don't know. I hope this is not 3D printed, unless I can do it myself. Then
it looks like it is.
Well, yeah, it does definitely looks like it, but maybe it's like a prototype, and like that's not what's gonna happen later. But as of right now, I don't want to go and buy something from a store that's the same thing I could turn out if I dial in my printer. You know what I'm saying? So,
but in alt mode, though, I like how his hammer turns into a giant penis for his truck.
Agreed.
That he has on his head.
When I saw him, I was like, not penisy enough. So.
Not penisy enough. He needs a dickhead. Yeah. All right. Another day, another new third-party company. This time it's Metamorphic with Transmetal II Dinobot. Oh, interesting. Competing with Transart.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It looks good, but I don't know. I might be sticking with Transart.
Sleek. I like the proportions. You know,
no, it looks good.
It does look good.
Transmetal II Dinobot never really got like a shot on the show to be anything cool. Like he was resurrected evil, and then he was just a filler guy, which kind of sucked. I wish they did something significant with his story arc, you know, as a bad soul, and maybe there could have been some redemption arc. I don't know, but this looks what
I was gonna say. You know of the missing or the script that was never used, and I think it was a cut scene or a scene they never animated.
What did he have to kill a bunch of humans and he wouldn't do it?
No, that would make a lot of sense though. But there's a scene, I forget, I'm sure I'll screw up the order of this, but there's a scene where you see Rat Trap loading something into a computer. I think that was supposed to be a flashback or something that happened right before Dinobot died. And then there's a scene or an episode or part of an episode that was scripted but never used where Rat Trap tries to upload it into Transmetal II Dinobot, and that's what causes him to kind of switch back, like his consciousness comes back and he's Dinobot again.
That's cool.
And yeah, there was a whole thing about that. I'd have to go back and look at the details again. It's been a long time.
What would have been cool is if he was still an asshole, as you know, he's just still a total dickhead. He's his old self, but they forgot he was always a fucking asshole.
Yeah,
this thing is huge.
It is.
This thing is bigger. This does not scale with Transart at all. This scales with MP. This is fucking big.
It does. I'd have to go back and look at a scale chart. I see it. I'm assuming you're looking at the picture with MP Dinobot.
Yep.
And yeah, MP Dinobot's a big Beast Wars MP.
I love the Takara MP dinos. Not dinos, Beast Wars stuff. And this is a gorgeous figure. And he stands toe to toe next to him, man. He looks good.
Mm-hmm. He looks great.
Man, I'm getting this thing. Jesus Christ.
I want to see more pics of the Transart.
Cool.
I'm going to have him stomping on quick strikes. Piece of shit quick strikes. Thanks a lot, Rich. All right. Magic Square Grimlock full color. Wait, did we have a release date on this thing?
I don't think so. I don't see. I looked for pre-order on Show Z to see
if
we had pricing or anything. I couldn't find it. No.
We have a pre-order though?
No, I couldn't find one.
Look at that tail. Look at how it's articulated. segmented joints. Look how much light. Do you see a fucking piece of wire in a rubber thing? No.
Yeah,
Quick
that's
strike.
That's a major problem with quick strike.
I wish that waist was segmented. That would be sick. If it was just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 ball joints, it would snap. It was just like a big long set of ball joints for his waist. It just broke. It could be like, could you have what if it was like a series of ball bearings and it was all metal? That would be cool. Anyway. Justin's in. Okay, another day. Oh, we did that. Magic Square Grimlock. Full color gallery. Who wants to be bored out of their minds with Magic Square's stupid fucking dinosaurs? Full color. Meaning nothing nowadays with this company. I am so disappointed. It is so plain. They took tunified stuff and tunified the tunified.
I mean, I think it looks fine for what it's trying to be, but the problem is like with Magic Square, like like there's very little paint on this. Like everything is just gonna be cast in the plastic, and there's like at this point when you look at this, what 1, 2, 3, 4 paint apps maybe on the actual robot mode. Like the 3 of them are on the legs there, unless they're little tiny pieces of plastic, which I wouldn't put it past them. And then like the red stripe on Grimlock's chest, and it's like, I don't know, it always looks so flat to me, which I guess is good because it kind of gets that cartoon aesthetic out of it. But like, I don't know, you could make it cartoon aesthetic and in my opinion make it look better. But
yeah, when you go unpainted yellow, it really looks, it makes it look cheap.
Cheap is the only word that you could really use, honestly. So.
Yeah, I mean, so I agree. But now I like the plain look because I like cartoon aesthetic. But I totally agree on the finish. So Newage, by comparison, uses a lot of paint, even when they're doing cartoon plainness like this. But they also use like a finish on the plastic when they don't paint it that makes it look like it's a premium product.
Right.
Whereas Magic Square is very matte, very flat. Yeah.
And that's always been my problem with Magic Square from day one, is this flat matte plastic that I don't think looks good. It doesn't feel premium in any way, shape, or form. It just feels like it's just cheap plastic. It honestly feels like cheap knockoff plastic when you look at it and feel it. And like I feel like one thing moves the wrong way, and this plastic is inflexible and is gonna get stress marks or crack or anything like that. So I don't know.
And he's big. I mean, that yellow should have been muted. Like, you want to have something bright. Well, then paint it. If you're not going to paint it, you've got to go muted, because that's it's your course there. You're going like matte and flat. Well, that yellow is too bright. It makes it look cheap. It doesn't look gold. I'm not thinking gold at all. I'm thinking like Tonka truck. I mean, Tonkas are actually. No, this is like worse than that. This is like a Happy Meal plastic. And who knows what it's like, but the color is just too bright and cheap. You got to tone it down. It's got to be way more muted than that. So it's supposed to evoke a cartoon's interpretation of metal. That's how they kind of go with their matte stylings. This does not do that. It's too bright. And I'll tell you what, though, what they have over Newage is the dino arms. They got them right.
Yeah, the Dino arms are better.
The Dino arms on the Newage. Every version that's come out is stupid looking. I don't know what they were thinking. Either EX version, chrome, no, cheap gray. Like, I don't know what they're thinking. At least these arms, I would love to put these arms on my Newage.
Yeah.
Call it a day.
I feel like the way they are sculpted looks better, and I feel like, they match. And like, I never understood that for the Newage, why they're like, this is this premium one, and he's got the regular arms. I'm like, but like that EX, that toy has chromed arms, right? Like, he doesn't have these cheap shitty arms, so what are you doing? So I don't know.
No, the EX Newage has like gray plastic arms.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And like, if EX is supposed to be the toy had chrome arms.
Fucking chrome.
If I recall correct. So
yeah,
why did you make that decision? Doesn't make sense.
They also did the inside of the robot legs better.
Yes.
Newage has a panel that you have to pop on that's parts forming, which is fine.
Agreed.
But
I kind of wish that Newage, instead of giving just the panel that went on, I wish they gave it the Megatron treatment, where they're like, yeah, we messed up.
Here's some new legs.
Here's some new legs that's coming with a later version to kind of rectify that. It's mostly going to transform the same, but yeah, now you don't have any parts. 'Cause that drives me crazy to have two parts that, like, if I want them in dyno mode, I got to put them somewhere, you know?
I think that
could have made him like peg onto his feet so I could just have him stand on him or something.
You get that a lot in business. That was the early New Age that was eager for your business.
Yeah, like, we got it already, so
right.
We're not gonna
just like Show Z had great prices, but I'm sure we're gonna see them creeping up with each release.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and they wanted to be first to market, like you said, to get that business. So they just got their Grimlock out.
You get this all the time in business. You know, there's law firms out there that want like you to refer them cases for trial, and you know, at first they're paying so much attention, answering the phone every second, kissing your clients' butts, pushing every case, but they bring in so many cases that they now only pay that kind of attention to the highest value cases, which is technically unethical. And not doing any work on the cases that they think are too much work or not as valuable. And it's the same thing. It's just the same story, different day, you know? And I don't see New Age doing anything. I mean, Magic Square doing anything to like attract us.
I don't feel they ever have. Like, that's always my complaint with them is like, you know.
What do you mean? Ultra Magnus?
Their Ultra Magnus is shit. Everything I don't know. Not everything they've put out is shit. Like, they've put out good stuff, but I've just never felt that premium quality for them, and like it just never feel like they stepped up ever. So.
I feel like their Combaticons were a step up, but yeah,
I may have to get them. I haven't messed with those. Their Stunticons were fine, but like. The way things tab together, I'm like, well, like you could have done this better, and that's my complaint with your stuff is that it just one step, like, good enough, and good enough is not good enough. So.
Did you get your Zeta in yet, Rich?
The mini aerial bots?
Yeah,
not yet. No.
Oh, I can't wait till you get that. I can't wait. You're gonna have that moment when I wish it was in styrofoam. Like that's all I wish. I wish they were sitting in styrofoam, like the cheap white stuff. I mean, it's just the G1 tingles, like the same feeling I got when I opened the Voltron, one of the first big Voltrons that had come out. I was like, oh my God, I heard the song in my head as I was taking it out of the packaging. It's that reminiscent of G1, but you know. All right, let's see. We'll move it along, Justin. Okay, he's PMing me. Move it along, dickhead. MakeToys proving that if you let a festering wound of a mold repaint campaign go on long enough, it goes bad and you end up with gangrene. This is amazing. This is unexpected. MakeToys is coming out with another repaint. Not Paul, and what was the other one? Paul and Dookie?
I don't know. Billy, who knows?
This is not the two that were shown at the last convention. This is a new one, and he's green. He's lime green, and his name is Gangrene. And you can own him probably for how much? $175. What do they cost?
Let's see. They should be free at this point.
One of the comments says 52 more to go.
and don't forget.
Look at the name. There's like Fruit Punch, Gangrene, Colonel Mustard, and you keep going. It's Golden Shower.
I think I would buy Golden Shower. Let's see which ones we got. Fruit Punch.
Oh man, Golden Shower should come with a P effect that you can plug into jet mode, so when he's flying over.
I just want to point out that the brown one got labeled Stink Bomb, so you know.
Wait, hold on, let's go through this. Hold on, we got Fruit Punch, which is just blue, Gangrene, Colonel Mustard, Tarmageddon, Lavender McGon. What is that? Lavender McGon?
Lavender McGon.
Blutus, another blue one. Breathtaker, another blue one. Wingnut, Sky Guy. Hailstorm Conehead, Noir Scream Conehead, and he's gray. Washout, and he's not gray. Dye Job, and he's
dark.
like,
Yeah.
dark. Shamrock, and he's green. Blundercracker, he has no wings. Cherry Bomb, Thunderbox. He's like, it looks like a fart, and he's got no wings. Okay, Gumdrop, Silver Side, that's like a silver boat. Repaint.
Silver Bolt repaint. Yep.
Charcoal, Hot Sauce, and that's just what is that? Is that Ramjet?
It's yeah, Ramjet with all in red.
Sandblaster. Oh my god, Sandblaster. Zoscream.
He's negative. I don't know.
He's like negative. That's interesting. Acid Trip, Blood Clot, White Noise, Crocodile. Oh,
Croco style.
John, Paul,
George,
Ringo.
The same colors. They're just variations of the same color. It's awesome.
Grimdark, Crash Dummy, Blurple, King Crimson, Stink Bomb, Edgelord, Greenback, Golden Shower, Blackface. Oh my god. So I think I would want Sandblaster and Blackface for sure. Fresh Maker. Oh my god. Tutti Frutti, Bubblegum, Lime Spree, Agent Orange, Bruise Cruise, Violet Hour, Tangerine Scream, which is one that was revealed, right? Yeah, it was Tangerine Scream and Paul. Teal Breaker, because he only attacks things that are teal. Slime Ball, and he's just dark. Indigo Nuts. Ice Cream. Literally who? And it's like a white thing with a question mark.
I hope that's what they release. When you transform it, all the parts make just a white or a red question mark.
And it's literally who? Upchuck and Traffic Cone. Oh man.
Whew. Yeah. So Gangrene is $160, and he's only available for TF Source VIP members.
So not only do you get a completely loose figure that will not be able to stand or hold a gun up, but your credit information will be stolen. And your identity will be stolen. And somebody else will buy the remaining MakeToys repaints with your information.
Mm-hmm.
MakeToys is like, how do we convince people to buy 52 repaints? And TF Source is like, I think our two paradigms will work really well together.
Hold my beer.
Hold my beer. Oh, God. Oh, no. TF Source will basically buy its own stock with your credit card information.
And then resell them on eBay.
Uh-huh.
Oh no! Then sell it back to MakeToys. Then MakeToys will resell it as its own knockoff.
And then anything that they have left, they just be like, "Well, we already made our money off this. Let's just release this as a yes model."
Oh God! All right, official
Yes model.
Let's move on to official news. 40th anniversary special theater screening of first 4 episodes of G1. Well, that's cool.
It's cool, but frankly, don't want to spend all that much on that. If I'm honest with you.
How much is it?
I don't know.
I didn't look. But they also have a bunch of
theater, right? Like it's never cheap to go to theater anymore. So you have to go and you have to spend like $40 in popcorn and like.
What
at
I would
the end
want.
of the day, I got this thing on DVD like 6 times now. Like I'm good.
Yeah, but I would want the complete experience. Give me all of the commercials that aired with these episodes.
All right,
That would be
fun.
You could convince me if it was like one of the Alamo Drafthouse things, where they had like the cool like screeners and all that stuff going on.
Now, what they do have is they have extra stuff. Like they have a script reading of the first episode with like Peter Cullen and Frank Welker and Michael
Really?
Bell. And Yeah, Greg Berger's there.
Well, that
They're
won't
doing
be
different.
in my theater, so.
They got a couple fill-in people. Dan Gilvazan's there. Paul Eiding, even though Perceptor's not in any of those episodes, he's doing some other stuff.
I'm demanding G1 Cliffjumper be there or I quit.
Yeah. Oh, Casey Kasem.
Mm-hmm. Bring him
Oh,
back.
you know what?
Channel
Bring him
from
back
the
to
dead.
life, and then he's Cliffjumper from Prime.
There you go.
Bring his dead body back, shove some Robocentech into him, start talking to him, get his dead rotten ass up and talking like Cliffjumper.
Listen, at this point, just put him on screen with some super cool AI, and nobody will notice.
Or redub Cliffjumper with the Casey Kasem going off, doing the top 40. Have you heard that?
Yes, I have.
Where he's talking about a dog dying in Cincinnati, Ohio, actually. And he starts going off. I got to talk about a fucking dog dying. And just do that as Cliffjumper.
All right. That's cool. Legacy United RID robots in decline. Sideburn. Disappointing first look. Oh, God. What is this?
It's from the 2001 RID line.
While Wave 2 of the Legacy United may have just been officially revealed, it seems Wave 3 is already starting to leak out. Just in from the boards is our first look at RID Deluxe Sideburn. It's a redeco of Shadow Striker with
honestly,
a new head.
I look at this thing and I'm just like the actual Sideburn robot mode looks cool as shit. Like they nailed it. It looked great.
He's a Viper.
The robot
basically.
The robot mode looks great. The car mode is here's some shapes with wheels on it, and this is a car. And I'm like, I don't know if I would say Sideburn was the better alt mode, but both him and Prowl were pretty awesome alt modes for RID, right? Like one was a Viper and one was a Lamborghini, and they both looked fan-friggin-tastic. This is not fantastic looking.
Do they call him?
This is awful.
Do they call him Sideburn because, and it's part of his personality quirk, he cooks hot dogs, and he actually comes with a rack of hot dogs on his chest. And he burns them every time he cooks them, but it's his side job.
So I can't unsee that now.
He's got a chest full of hot dogs.
It's exactly what it looks like.
And then the reason the engine or the hot dog oven is so high up, blocking the view of the driver, is because the axles for these wheels are like 5 inches in diameter, 7 inches in diameter, and go completely through the center of the car. How someone's driving that car, they're like, I can't see past all these fucking hot dogs.
This is true, yeah. He did have a pretty good job at 7-Eleven doing those little rotisserie dog things.
And look, someone plugged up his gun, and he doesn't even give a shit.
Yep.
Someone shoved a big piece of cardboard at the tip of his gun, and he's just like, I don't care. I'll shoot through this fucking thing. Oh, but I'll tell you what, the engineering ingenuity is amazing. How it's an innovation to use the entire top of the car as a shield for his arm.
In fairness, that's RID. That's exactly what it did in RID.
That's
true.
Beautiful. Makes you want a hot dog. It makes you want a hot dog real bad.
He had the hot dogs in the animation too.
They should have called him Kill Bassa.
I like it.
That's what they should have called him. Kill Bassa.
There he is from the cartoon with all his hot dogs.
I mean, the end of the day, though, it's like you took one of the coolest alt modes and just whatever this is. I don't know what you think you were doing here, but this does not look good. It looks nothing like Sideburn. This is I don't even want to say it's some random Hot Wheels. It's not. It doesn't even look like a Hot Wheels. It's just a wedge. It looks like a doorstop turned. A doorstop with wheels and a hot dog maker on it.
That's called integration into your house, into your living space.
And they couldn't even give you the other thing is Sideburn has these really cool light blue ghost flames going on. Hasbro gave a shit when they made Sideburn the toy. And then you look at this and they're like, we'll just kind of spray on these like kind of gray things, and like it doesn't look right. Like look at the original Sideburn.
I just pasted it in chat.
Yeah, like look at how much effort they put into like the pearlescent flames and stuff like that, and then it's like, and then there's this, you know.
Well, even if you look at the base blue on the original,
it's shiny,
like a shiny metallic
Yeah.
paint. And then you get this thing, and it's like this shitty blue plastic with like a lightly sprayed on gray plastic or gray flame, and none of the details picked out. Like we're not gonna give him the yellow headlights that he had. We're not gonna paint any tail lights. We're gonna barely paint the silver on the engine piece. Like I don't know, trash.
Do you see the picture from the cartoon? He's shocked because he forgot buns.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's a theme going on with this bot, though. You see how he has a rack of hot dogs, 2 racks of hot dogs in grill racks on his chest?
Mm-hmm.
That's not a gun in his right hand. That's a hamburger press.
Mm-hmm.
He's just ready to take your order, man. You want a smash burger or do you want some kielbasa? He's ready to go. He shoots the sauerkraut from an undisclosed location.
Yes.
Okay, let's move it on. We spent a lot of time on Sideburn. Alrighty. Swapticons coming? Swapticons? What the fuck is a Swapticon? I'm so out of it.
I don't know.
Miss. What? Hold on. What seems to be a new upcoming gimmick line called Swapticons. Some interesting names show up in here, so we'll be curious to see how they turn out. Okay, OP Ultra Magnus, Meg Shockwave, Bumblebee Hot Rod, Grimlock Snarl, Cheetor Tigatron, Starscream Thundercracker, Nemesis Prime Clench. It sounds like Nemesis Prime has to take a shit real bad. Shadow Panther Ravage, Wild Jungle Mission 5-pack, RC Maxi Pad? So what the fuck is a Swapticon?
I'm guessing that these are cheap figures that, oh, look, it's Cheetor, and you flip him around, and oh, now it's Tigatron. Somehow. Great.
No. It's the same figure. And you just pick him up and put him back down on the table, and you just say the other name.
Oh, man, what if it's so bad you just literally turn it around? And it's the same front. He has neither figure has a back. It's just 2 fronts, and you just.
What if it's 2 backs?
2 backs, no fronts.
Honestly,
No fronts.
At this point, I wouldn't even be surprised.
What if? Okay, you got the front of one, and then the back, like it's just like they paint a smiley face on the back of the robot's head. Who we kidding? It'll be like a sticker. Okay.
These are gonna be bad.
In 15 years, the Swapticon Cheetor Tigatron, where you turn him around with the smiley face Tigatron, and sticker still intact at $300. Okay. So that one guy's back. John Warden rejoins Transformers brand team. Who's John Warden?
Don't know. Don't care.
Yeah, he was around for the Prime Wars stuff and the War for Cybertron stuff. I guess everybody's excited for him to return. He was around during the whole Siege Unicron.
Hey, one guy can't go ahead and save a whole line that is dying because they don't want to dump any actual money into making good toys. Sorry. It's not gonna happen.
I don't think this is going to change much. I think that they just are trying to. People seem to know this name, so they're like, let's pull this guy back in. Yeah.
Someone needs to buy him a razor blade.
He's gonna be great.
Remember, this is the guy that they kept saying, like, oh, I'm just like you guys. I'm just like all the collectors out there and the fans. I grew up in the 80s, and I'm your age, and
I believe it.
I have kids. And
he looks like he hasn't showered or shaved. I agree.
They should have had him holding up some Doritos and a Mountain Dew. Then it would have really sealed the deal.
Look at the guy behind him. Looking at the camera. Oh my God! What a low hairline. I'm very jealous. There's a hairy man boy right there with mommy issues. And look at his gay friend on the right. Like, I love you. Oh, I love you. Oh my God! But I'll tell you what. Interestingly enough, on the left, this look at the displays. I mean, this is just an idea, right? You have an idea. What if I do a bunch of Autobot symbols in the backs of my displays?
Yeah,
It looks like Christmas wrap. It
is
really
Christmas
does
wrap.
not work. Is it?
I don't know. It legit could be, is what I mean.
That would be kind of cool. Oh, you know what? I want that Christmas wrap. If that's Christmas wrap, that's going under the trees. Tree.
And then that would work actually if you had that and then Decepticon purple wrap.
Yeah, that'd be very. And then you have a gold repaint. You could have gold. You could do red, purple, gold. You could have maybe orange. I don't know. Whatever. Red, gold, and purple.
Yeah.
Okay, just shut up and buy it because it's an Optimus Prime. Okay, you fucks. I want to know what mood you're in when you're doing these notes.
It's varies.
Oh,
This
God.
thing looks like shit.
Official Takara Tomy website seems to be pretty active about events and collaboration for the 40th anniversary of the Transformers franchise. It has been updated with images and information about a new Transformers X Bingo Sports collaboration, which includes a new Bingo Sports Optimus Prime figure. What the fuck is Bingo Sports? Okay, Japanese car collectible company Bingo Sports have teamed up with the Transformers to design an Optimus Prime themed racing car using a Corvette C7 GT3R as if Optimus Prime had scanned this new alt mode. Why do you call him Orion Pax? This car, what? This is so dumb. Optimus isn't a fucking car bot.
But Optimus sells, that's what
You can't have your cake and eat it too.
I know.
Why can't Optimus? I mean, this is Japan, right? And they love rolling up their sleeves and deep diving into the nitty gritty of something. So I'm sure in Japan, they would have loved an Optimus Prime that transforms into the car carrier trailer for the sports cars. Like that is something. Why wouldn't they love that? And then this could have been fucking Smokescreen. This could have been Hot Rod. This could have been anyone.
They could have just gone full Ultra Magnus with that and then had him come with some, race cars that are proper Autobot cars.
And they each come with a display stand that I guess would be a racetrack, but the racetracks don't line up.
Like MPG Raiden's tracks.
Correct.
Amazing.
Justin loves that. Hey, hold on one second. What is next? Oh, I got to do this one. Okay.
But I just want you to look at this last picture.
Which one?
This thing. Because the alt mode looks cool.
I don't
and in
see
the robot mode, in the
Oh, the robot mode looks like shit.
I see one
Exactly.
photo.
Scroll down a little. It should be there. There should be 4 pictures when you
there.
scroll down.
I see nothing.
Really?
Oh, here we go. Okay, sorry. I'm
That's
an
all right.
idiot.
That 4th picture, it's like cool alt mode, and then the robot, it's like they just shoehorned in the fucking last night Optimus look into a car.
That looks like a 2-step changer.
It does look like a 2-step changer the way things work, and
look at the hips. Yeah.
Do you remember there was what was the line? I'm trying to think of the line. Those was it Mars converters? I don't know. They were these really shitty. The cars looked good, but then the robots were complete shit.
Yeah, and they had a lot of die cast. They were smaller.
Yeah.
They were roughly GoBot size.
No, not those. I'll have to see if I can find a review of it.
Those were the converters, right?
I'll be right back.
Okay.
I don't remember if it was actually converters, but no, I'm talking.
It was one that was called Monte Carlo, but it wasn't a Monte Carlo.
No, hold on. Let me see if I can find them. Walmart used to have a ton of them. And they were they'd be a super realistic car, and then just totally shit robot mode.
These are not realistic cars that I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of ones that were.
Yeah, it's not the Mars converters either. God damn it! I know. Oh, hold on. Wait a second. I reviewed one. I reviewed a knockoff version of it way back in the day. Let me see. I'm gonna look up my old stuff. Here we go. Looks like these things. Okay. Here's some. I'm gonna put this in our private chat. Let me actually just jump right to when I'm talking about one of them. Come on, damn you ads. Thank you for the money myself. There's a penny. God damn it, YouTube. Right when I don't want an ad. Oh, and there's another one and I can't skip it. Why? Alright, here we go. Okay. Alright, here they are. Yeah. This is old. This is 12 years ago old. Okay. Share right here. Start at that. Bam. And I know you've seen these types of things like in Walmart and all this stuff. Like they're like officially licensed. So like the car modes had to be good, but the robots were just complete trash. It looks exactly like those to me.
Hold on, I'm watching the unskippable ads.
Which is weird. I don't think I've got anything that's got unskippable ads.
Oh, I do remember these.
Right? And like the car mode is like borderline killer, except that these are knockoffs, so they're really not even that good. But like the robot mode is just like the cheapest, most phoned in robot you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah, this first one doesn't even have feet. You know, the interesting thing about these, and we'll get to this, I guess, a little in the discussion, is they were real alt modes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They didn't try to play around. They were like, yeah, this is a Ford.
Yep.
This is a Ford whatever. Or this is a Ford Mustang. Or this is a Chevy whatever.
Exactly.
Wow, the back is so cheap and hollow. You know, they could just, Hasbro could take this mold and repaint it, put it right in Legacy United line.
That they could, my friend. That they could. So, yeah, I don't know. This thing, like, it's weird because, like, you know, the Corvette mode looks great, but the rest of it is just I can't get behind it. And it's like the type of thing that, like, if they did something cool and like this turned into like a Trax or something like that, and it looked good, like, I don't know, I might be convinced, but like, no, not for this. No, thank you.
Yeah.
No, thank you. So, anyway, Robert's busy. Let's go on to the next thing. When you knock off a GoBot who was made to vaguely resemble Bumblebee movie Bumblebee, and then make a cake that vaguely resembles said knockoff, you get this.
What did I miss?
We're moving
We're
on
on
to
the next one.
Wait, Bumblebee?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
GoBot?
Yeah, oh my god, it's so bad.
This is amazing.
Dan
Probably.
Green's little cake artist.
What?
Artist?
Was this real?
This is
Artist.
real. This
3
is
meters
so
tall. It's cake.
bad. It's cake.
Is it?
Oh God!
Look.
Oh my God! What's with the gears? Those
Look
aren't
at the-
gears. What are those? Gaskets?
Oh my god.
He's got gaskets to cover the gap in his waist.
Oh man, look at the big happy face on his chest.
I mean, I've seen a lot of shows, and this is almost like nailed
That's
it
a pervert
levels
face.
of artistry, in my opinion.
Oh God!
Look at the head. Look at the what picture is this?
What-
The close up of the
writing on it.
head.
There's writing on it. What does it say?
Kill me now.
No, it says something creature cakes.
Yeah. Don's Creature Cakes. Dan's Creature Cakes. Is that what his name is?
Oh, that face.
Dan Green.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Why?
his name.
It's like Princess Leia and Bumblebee had a baby using cake DNA.
This is not artistry. This is like shapes tacked onto a cake, if I'm honest with you. And like, I know that I probably couldn't build like a 9-foot cake.
Yeah, but if I
I
paid
mean,
you
I could-
$5,000,
I could build
I
a
paid you-
9-foot cake, if I'm honest with you. I could
Justin,
make it
if I paid you $5,000 to make me a 9-foot Bumblebee cake, and you gave me this, I would be very upset.
I mean, like, this is the type of thing, like, when you look at it, it's like some, like, kids, like, shitty Halloween costume, like, that they made themselves, and you're like, oh, cool, looks nice.
What's with the Walmart greeter Secret Service guy? And how many rows of teeth does he have? Oh, he lives with his mother.
It's so amazing. Everything about this news article is just amazing.
I just don't get it. Why does it have to look like this? It doesn't transform.
Yeah,
Well,
but they
that's why I
pasted
said.
they pasted the actual Autobot logo on there for better or worse. Like some of them look like stencils, and then there's the one that's in the front that looks like what? Like what is that? Like
he's a disabled person. Look, he runs around on like one of those segways.
Look at the gap in his crotch. Look how wide.
Oh God, what is the point? I don't understand. Like, why'd they put those bicycle tires on his shoulders? No, bicycle tire split in two.
It's so good. It's so good.
Oh, I love
that good is a word. I don't know if it describes this.
It's so good for our amusement because it's so
I gotta
rough.
take a picture of this and put Bobby's face on that guy. That's what
I want you to put it on freaking Bumblebee, honestly.
The thing I will not recognize that. Damn it! Can you send me this to the screenshot to the chat?
You're gonna have to manually put.
I can't log into
do you want?
Facebook. I got it. No, it came out clearly. Okay, so I'm gonna.
So
see.
good. I love how the one picture they zoom in on the hand and you're like, what the hell is that? That doesn't look like quite like a right fist. Like, what is that?
I mean, like, all I'm saying is that you may want to reconsider your career choice.
See, reface. I hope I have Justin's face loaded. Upload. I wish I have your face. Do I? Every time I get a new phone. Oh my God. It'll swap a face out on the chest. The app is recognizing a face on the chest. I'll put Oscar on the chest.
Oh my God. It's going to be
Now it's a combiner.
I was going to say, now it's going to be this horrible combiner.
I'll just put Oscar on both. Let's see. Let's see what we get. It's recognizing a face on the chest.
Shortly after this episode aired, Hasbro contacted this guy and said, "Don't ever use this."
Okay, this has to be the episode photo. If you could do it, can you find Oscar's face? That's my question. Ready? Can you find Oscar's face?
Amazing. This will definitely make its way into the episode somehow.
You need to put that as the picture. That's so good.
Why does it have the face? He's like a football playing monocle guy.
I just think it's even funnier that they put the face just like that as opposed to like the two eyes and the big old mouth. It's like an actual
That's what I thought you meant.
With the little pointy nose.
That's what I thought you meant, and it's not. It's like there's clearly a face with a monocle here.
We're just like, forget the whole. Let's go deeper into this. The AI was like, let's deep dive, fella. You're too superficial.
Oh my God, it's so good.
Oh man. And young Oscar looks real good. I gotta be honest.
Oh God.
Oof.
Oh God.
That's so good.
Oh man, young Oscar. How old are you now, Justin?
I approve of this. 42.
Are you feeling it yet?
Oh, I've been feeling it for years. Man.
Are you seeing your imminent demise?
Absolutely, every day.
Are you terrified?
Of course. Who's not? So.
Oh boy. You know what's a good thing to listen to? The Baz Luhrmann. You remember that? Where he gives advice?
Oh yeah, I know him. Mm-hmm.
I want to listen to that again. A Transformers G.I. Joe crossover movie has finally been officially announced, and it's confirmed that world-renowned Transformers and G.I. Joe expert Steven Spielberg to executive produce. Listen, I want Michael Bay for this thing. If we needed Michael Bay, it was for this.
Hell friggin' yeah. Explosions in military tech. Are you kidding me?
I don't want to see anything. It's like G.I. Joe. I don't know what's going on, right? It'll be true to G.I. Joe. There's just lasers flying everywhere. That's fine.
That's
G.I. Joe. It's G.I. Joe. It would work, but they've got to be blue and red. They've got to be like that. Okay, so they're saying we don't know anything. This movie's in development, but we still do not have much concrete details about the story, director, or if it would be a direct sequel of what we saw at the end of Rise of the Beast film. So we know nothing.
Yeah. I just think it's funny how they're like, oh, Steven Spielberg, executive producing. Like, he does anything. He was literally getting a paycheck to put his name on it, you know? Whatever.
All right, well,
It's
I'm
funny.
intrigued, though. I mean, I don't know. I wish there was just someone out there. Like, I wish the stuff we're interested in had like an Elon Musk person to say, fuck everyone, we're going to do it real. We're going to do the real deal, what everyone wants, you know?
Yeah. I think Hasbro gets in their own way, though, on this stuff all the time.
I mean, you see it with Disney, Hasbro. I mean, they're just, you know, they don't get it. They don't get what we as collectors and fans truly love about these franchises, you know?
No, they don't.
And they cast aside the spirit, you know, and in doing that, they lose us, you know?
Yeah, they're willing to be okay with kind of cutting it up and not giving it the soul, you know?
Yeah.
They just want a big, flashy summer blockbuster that gets people in seats and you forget about it.
Some toys.
We would rather have soul and a lower budget. Spend the budget on writing, you know?
Yeah.
But anyway. All right. I mean, think about it. You could go super low budget but with excellent writing, like an insane asylum where all the people who live there think they're Transformers and they each play the role of a character and there's a whole drama that ensues and they use cardboard and they create shitty costumes and transform into the alt modes like those kids do on Halloween and lay on the floor. You know, I'd rather that. Transformers 1 logo revealed and trailer coming on April 18th. Now that's my mother's birthday. I'm excited.
What is Transformers 1?
Transformers 1. Till
this
all
is
are.
that new animated movie that's coming out at the end of this year. No, September of this year. So I guess people are all excited about this logo. I'm like, okay.
They should call it Till All Are 1.
I just hope that this is Transformers 1 and the next one is like Transformers 360.
2.
No, I hope it's Transformers 360 and then the final movie is Transformers Series X.
Why? What?
They just pick up off the the Xbox.
Fast and the Furious. Oh. 360.
Just names that don't make any sense.
1, 2, 3. Like people think it means something, and they just didn't know what to name the movie, so they called it 1.
They call it what was it? The Dolphin. That was the Nintendo thing for Nintendo 64. That's what they can do.
Oh yeah, the code name.
Dolphin.
So, earlier today, attendees of the movie industry only event CinemaCon were treated to a short teaser clip of Transformers 1. Multiple sources online are now sharing their thoughts. TFW 2005 was not in attendance because they were busy eating meatloaf in their basements. Word from the show is that the trailer will drop next Thursday, 4/18/24. Read on to check out a roundup of thoughts from those in attendance and some linkage. I mean, I don't care what anybody thought. Probably none of them were fans. I don't know. CinemaCon? You know, probably saying, it needs to be more woke. There should be a female lead. You know what? They should all be fembots. We don't need a real story. Just make it woke. Have it they, them.
Make Optimus trans.
Make put trans back in Transformers. And there shouldn't be any white Transformers. The bad ones are white.
Change the Decepticon logo to white. And they're all males.
White men. And all the Autobots have blue hair or pink. And they're all overweight and they're all guns because they get triggered really easily. They have hairpin triggers.
But they can't be guns because guns kill people.
And the Decepticons use emotional violence.
Internet bullying.
Oh God, we're getting canceled.
Yeah,
My wife is probably in the other room, like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Okay, let's see what it says. The story is all new, not tied to any previous movie, show, or game. Start at Cybertron. Jazz in alt mode is shooting down the road. No, not Jazz. Wheeljack is in alt mode, driving down the road with Bumblebee, looking for Energon. And Soundwave is a telephone pole hiding, and he sees where they go. Oh, wait a minute, that was just G1. It's an origin story for Optimus and Megatron. That's not new, right? That first of all, we can tell you right now that's not new. It's interesting, but it's not new. It starts with Optimus and Megatron making friends as Orion and D16, in parentheses, D's nuts. Both worker type bots who live completely underground on Cybertron. Neither of them can transform. They connect with Bumblebee, B127, and the three attempt to escape upwards to the surface of Cybertron. They meet Alita 1, who wants to turn them in, and a visually impressive chase happens, including on top of a moving train in the sky. Because you know what trains are used for? You need a train in the sky. I mean, that makes sense, right? I mean, the whole purpose of inventing the train was so that eventually we can get them in the air, not because we wanted to just plow a straight line from point A to point B and rocket something along rails. They eventually gained the ability to transform. Music from the Rolling Stones is played during the montage sequence. Faces are human-like. Oh God, that does not sound good. Not like that last show. That last woke one. With Optimus with his skinny fucking dupe face. Oh God. Cybertron is vibrant and busy, but not war-torn. There is a lot of comedy going on, especially from Bumblebee. This sounds horrible. Mm-hmm. The clip caps out with them making it up top and seeing their first sunset. I don't recall there being a sun near Cybertron. They never showed a star.
Hey, this is all new.
Now Cybertron has a star. Bumblebee tries to get Alita 1 to join them, but they are on a quest to find Sentinel Prime and the Matrix of Leadership. Why? Who cares? P.S. Chris Hemsworth stars as Thor. No, is using an American accent for Optimus, not Thortimus Prime. Check out some folks who shared their thoughts. No thanks. Transformers 1 is set to hit theaters on September 13th, 2024. Please tell me that's a Friday.
I was just going to say that.
Hold on. What day of the week does September 13th, 2024 fall on? Friday!
It is a Friday.
Yes.
So good.
Yes. I want a fucked up face Optimus Prime wanting to dig out from inside Cybertron. You know what's funny? They dig out from all the way inside. They get up to the top. They get a message from Sentinel Prime. Guess where the Matrix of Leadership is? All the way down at the core. Stupid asses.
I gotta go back in.
All right. Do you like Optimus Prime? Do you like Amazon Prime? Would you like an Amazon Optimus Prime? Well, fuck you. This one was canceled.
You know what? You know why it was canceled? You did it in blue. Why didn't you make Optimus Prime tan like the boxes, like that old Optimus Prime meme from like 10 years ago at this point, and then you could have put the blue on the trailer with the smile, and then everyone would have bought it and been like, yes, amazing. But no, you chose to do this, and that's why it failed.
Yeah, that truck should have been colored like corrugated cardboard.
Yes, and it would have sold so friggin' well.
And Optimus should have been like decorated like he was wearing a delivery uniform.
Yeah, that'd be okay too, I guess. But I really would like to see him like would rather seen him in cardboard box.
Speaking of Amazon, this is a side note. Tell me if I overreacted. It's 3:50 in the morning. I had chugged a bunch of prune juice around 11, and I wake up having to take a dump. I'm on the toilet, right? Lisa's awake, watching TV which she's wont to do in the middle of the evening, which usually wakes me up and fucks up my sleep. So I'm on the toilet blowing my butt out, and then the doorbell rings downstairs. The intercom. It's like almost 4 a.m. Lisa gets up. I'm like, don't let them in. And I'm on the toilet, you know? And then she's like, I'm like, do not let them in. I don't care who they say they are. Do not buzz them in. You know, they're downstairs. And she's like, who is it? And they don't say anything. I'm like, do not buzz them in. What do you see? And she's like, I see an Amazon delivery guy with a box. I'm like, do not hit the buzzer. And then she comes back, and I'm like, what happened? She goes, I buzzed him in. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And she's like, he was wearing a uniform, and he had a box. I'm like, if I wanted to murder someone or burglarize or rob or all of the above at 4 a.m, I would find a fucking Amazon vest and a box and ring your bell.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I was pissed. She couldn't understand why I was pissed. I'd like sit her down, like, I am the one responsible for protecting this family. If somebody comes here with a bat or a knife or a gun, it's my responsibility to protect you, not you. So that starts with downstairs. And if somebody rings the bell and I say, do not let them in, you fucking listen to me.
Yeah.
She's just like, sorry.
I mean,
that's what I got.
Sense, honestly. So.
Oh, it's 4 a.m. and Amazon's here. I don't care what it is. She's like, well,
that tends to be within their normal operating hours, right?
Right.
I mean,
yeah, they don't fucking deliver ever anyway. It turns out it was an Amazon delivery. But I don't care what. I don't care. She's like, well, what if it was something we ordered? I didn't want to lose it. We could leave it outside. I'm like, let it get stolen.
Yep.
I don't give a fuck.
Better than getting hurt.
You know?
Yeah, 4 a.m. That's crazy.
3:54. It was like super like late in the middle of the night. Anyway, all right. So nobody's getting this. Also, another official release, sort of. We've got a date for RoboSen's Megatron reveal. It'll be on HasLab's Hasbro Pulse website. I believe it was April 26th, something like that. 24th, something like that. It's going to be an 11 a.m. live event. What's weird,
I thought about putting that in here, but I thought we'll just talk about the full reveal.
Well,
but I can find the link real quick.
Yeah, sure. I mean, what's interesting is over the past 48 hours, RoboSen has been plastering on social media asking collectors for their input on this release, which I find really weird. They're like, what would you like this to come with or to be considered with the release? And douchebags are saying it should be a gun, and people like just immediately falls apart into fucking loser fights about, you idiot, it's not a gun, it's a tank. What do you think, you're gonna make a gun now? That's illegal. I'm like, okay, what could they do now? You know, so I posted Welker's voice. I'm assuming they're doing. I mean, why are you asking us this now? If it's being like, if you're gonna have the actual figure revealed in a week. You know, I'm assuming you're producing them. So what are you asking us now for?
Yeah.
You know?
Seems a little
I mean,
late.
your packaging is done by now. But I said Welker's voice. What else? I said have him be able to stand while powered down or provide a display base so he can stand in robot mode while powered down. That's something they can do if they haven't done their packaging yet.
Yeah.
You know, and there was something else, but I forget what. You know, it's a tank. It's a remote control tank. You know, I mean, would it be cool if he had like a little Nerf bullet in the turret? Yes. I would love that. If you could remote control the turret and shoot like a little Nerf bullet, I would fucking love that.
That would be cool.
But they're not going to do any of that now.
You know, the one other thing I could see them pulling off would be to do a cannon that looks similar enough to Galvatron that they could retool it to make Galvatron later. You know how Galvatron has the little treads, so he could be rolled into place or moved?
Yeah, I could see them doing a Galvatron. I could see that.
Yeah. I could almost see them pulling off a Megatron that's modified so that he's not quite a tank, but he's kind of a cannon.
Well, I
put the link in, by the way.
The third thing I said was have him scaled with Flagship Optimus. You know, I mean, because you have Flagship and Elite, and Flagship was really big, and then Elite is significantly shorter.
Oh my God, what if they do this in a different scale? So you've got Grimlock, 2 Optimus Primes, and a Megatron in 4 different scales.
You already have 3 scales. You got Flagship Prime, which is like MP01, and then you've got their Elite, which I'm assuming is their MP10, which I really hope not. And then you've got their Flagship Grimlock, which is shorter than their Elite Prime.
Yeah.
They don't care about size, but Megatron should be sized with Prime, especially because you'll have 2 alt modes on the ground. But, I mean, I just think that tank's going to be ginormous, but I would love a ginormous remote-controlled tank. If I could just shoot my kid in the head with a fucking little bullet, I would love that.
What if they're asking questions because on the 25th, they're going to reveal just a transforming skeleton? They're like, yeah, we don't know what to put on that yet. Should we do a tank or...
I would be okay with that because one of the
that would be
things
funny.
I would have suggested, because the voice acting has to be done. If not, it better be Welker. I guarantee it's going to be Welker. It's going to be. That's a given. But what would be cool, and I didn't say it because I figured they're done with this stuff, but swap out battle damage stuff, you know, if that could work. You know, even if it's just a chest plate and a head.
Mm-hmm.
That would be cool.
You know, but everything else I can see is done except a display stand. That's something, if they haven't done, they should fucking do it. Because each of their bots should have a display stand. It's customized to each bot. You're paying enough money. You're paying upwards of $1,000 for something like this. You should get a display stand that is designed for this figure. Nothing generic.
Agreed. I don't really understand why they actually put out the toy in a way that it's not able to stand. Like, it's such an important part of the thing.
Even if they included a dummy stand, just a plastic stand, not like the smart stand that they have now released, but even if they just included a plastic stand, doesn't do anything, doesn't plug in.
Yeah, it just would hold him in the position that...
Just hold him in position. Yeah. It would be great if they included the smart stand, but for the money, they could say, well, we're just including this cheap plastic stand.
The smart stand is a different thing altogether. The AI base, I have that for Prime. Yeah. I would buy one that was tailored for Megatron, that was designed to look different. Like, I don't want to just get a second AI base. I would like an AI, a Megatron AI base, because the Prime can do way more with the base as a bot. It's really impressive. It's really beautiful. I love that base just as a display stand. It's supposed to be an AI like what's the Amazon or the Google
the Echo?
Echo? No, it's not Echo. What's the other one? There's Echo. Huh?
Is that it? The net? Is it Home or Nest? I can't remember.
No. It's not Echo. It's shit.
You talking about Alexa?
Alexa. It's an Alexa.
Yeah, it's Echo.
It's supposed to be an Alexa, but I think they're still dealing with their firmware. Like, you know, they released it really quickly and had a firmware update within like 48 hours. It wouldn't work before then. So I still think it's kind of beta, like what we have now, and it's been a year. But it's an Alexa, which is pretty cool, but I don't care. I love that it's this extremely interactive base that my Prime can stand on, and plugged in, it doesn't charge him, but it's enough charge to keep him charged standing indefinitely.
Yeah.
You know, and he just every 10 minutes, he just strikes a pose for you if you don't tell him to do something. So, but I would buy one for Megatron. I would, if it was different, just this Decepticon oriented. But yes, it's not gonna come with it. That thing is several $100s, you know. But a dummy stand, something at least I mean, I wouldn't even be happy if it was a piece of shit stand. It should be something of quality that said Megatron or said Robosen or something, and it looked nice and it supported that particular figure.
Yeah.
You know, at the points where it needed support to stand while powered down. I mean, you deserve that. If you know, what's that company doing the aerial bots that I'm getting? I can't believe it. They're like they're super like Bayverse. Star Toys.
Yeah,
No, not Star Toys. No,
Dream
it's not
Toys,
Star Toys.
something like that.
Dreamstar.
Dreamstar, yeah,
You know,
there it is.
Dreamstar comes. Each figure comes with a plastic, you know, articulated display base with an LED spotlight on it. You know, so you know, and you can't tell me that I'm spending $1,000. You can't do something like that for me. You know, that's cheap. That's super cheap.
Yeah.
You know, just get the points that figure needs supported for that base, and just give it to me. You know, I mean, that would go far, but it's there. I mean, I don't know. A few people liked my comment so far, so hopefully they saw it, but I don't know. It was a day late, you know, so they had already thanked people for their input before I commented, but I don't know. All right. Let's see. Discussion. It's the end of MP as we know it. It's the end of MP, and I'm feeling fine. Question mark, exclamation point. All right, so this is basically MP60 is the last. He's not even MP.
Nope.
I mean, it's MPG.
Yep.
Right?
But he starts
They're calling it
the start of their unified thing, whatever that is.
So they're calling it MP60 and MPG9?
Well, so MP60 is just Ginrai. So it's just the cab. It's just the sort of Optimus Prime from Power Master Optimus Prime.
Or
Ginrai. MPG09, and the one MP60 is a toy look. So it has toy detailing on it. MPG09 is the cartoon look, and it has the full trailer.
Oh, this is fucking dumb. And they don't give us a size.
So somebody, I should have pulled that and found it. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Somebody somewhere posted, I think from some of the pre-orders, they figured out the size
based on the boxes.
Yeah,
right?
somewhere they figured out the size. I'm not sure where, but some of the pre-orders have a size listing. And he's combined, he's like 13 inches, which is smaller than Ultra Magnus, MP Ultra Magnus.
Yeah. MP
How tall is he
10
supposed to be?
tall.
So, yeah, it's a little smaller. And an MP60 is not MP44 or MP10, which is the same size, but you know what I mean? It's not the
Well,
the normal scale.
Even at 13 inches, like that Optimus Prime that forms the core bot should be MP10 size if it was going to be scaling with MP10, right? Or MP stuff, basically. So, yeah, just by the armor being 13, you know that Optimus Prime's probably got to be like, what, 7, maybe 8 inches? Something like that.
Yeah, I'll have to try and find that again. Now, there's some people that argue that, well, they went for the combined mode to be in scale, and to do that, the core bot had to proportionately look right and fit in the chest, in the big, hole in the chest of the combined mode, or the trailer. So maybe that's why MP60 is a little smaller than MP44 scale.
Some people are trying to rationalize saying they're rebranding an MPG to eliminate the Transformers logo. But other people have said, not true. Transformers is still on the MPG packaging.
Yeah, what are they smoking? MPG has Transformers on it.
Harris Monkey said, as I read the comments here, I do feel a bit sorry for the handful of purists left who never decided to pull 3P in to complete their collections with faith that Takara would eventually get to everyone.
Yeah. I don't know, like, even as a purist, I don't know if he ever knew that Takara was going to get to everyone. Like, I feel like maybe you thought that when MP10 came, but like by the time they made MP44, you're like, All right, they're on to actually like reissue or remaking original characters. I don't think we're ever gonna see this done. And then when you knew that, Porsche had a issue, and that's why Bumblebee was so hard to come about and stuff like that. Like or Volkswagen, I should say, had an issue, and that's why Jazz hasn't come out, and we haven't seen Cliff Jumper and things like that. Like, is anyone honestly surprised that it's not complete? Like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, so and yeah, obviously everybody knows like Raiden is not scaled right. And also if any of I don't know if you guys have actually handled one of the train bots, but I've handled MPG 1 and it feels like shit.
Wow.
It's like 75-80% clear plastic.
Wow.
The joints, there's not a ratchet on that thing that I found. I don't own it. I was able to handle one at a TFCon, and
it sounds dirty.
What's that? Yeah, no.
Like
it was in an alley.
Balls.
It was an alley behind TFCon, and I had to pay $5 US. It was a TFCon Toronto. I had to pay $5 US.
It was really strange. Didn't even feel like a transformer.
And yeah, there were these weird hairs. It was real wrinkly at the base.
This transformer plastic is really stretchy. Oh wow!
It had this weird squirting gimmick too. I don't get it.
Is this what the Magic
Shake
Square is
bot.
made out of?
It's the new release of Shake Bots.
Well, these two round things. Oh, those are Rock Lords that comes with them.
Shake Bot with two Rock Lords. Oh. Okay. This new figure is the beginning of the God Ginrai project. So this is God Ginrai, and then God Bomber's coming.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the beginning of the God Ginrai project without releasing the part that actually makes him God Ginrai.
And that's the problem. Is God Bomber is not going to be a toy that people are like, yeah. I mean, Japanese maybe might be, but like the Americans are not going to be like, yeah, oh, hell yeah, like because we didn't get that here. And I don't know, like to hinge a release on it, like they're gonna be like, well, it didn't sell. People aren't all that interested, I don't know. Just feel like that's how Hasbro does, though. They just make stupid decisions, and they're like, people just didn't care. They just don't
this
like our
is
product
MPG 9. They fucked up. They should have had one more figure in the MPG line, so that this could be MPG 10.
Yeah, to match
that
like MP10.
Yeah, that would be a callback.
Yeah.
So we don't know much, but we do know that if it is similar approach to the train bots, don't be too excited.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so a thought I had about this is, let's say that they do downsize. Like they're like, okay, we're going to make MPG a slightly smaller scale. And then it's kind of like, well, if you can kind of shoehorn in the current MPs, like Skyfire will be fine because he's a big jet anyway. So if he's a little taller than he should be because this MPG line is smaller, that's probably fine. And you can kind of still use MP44 and, the cars and some people argue that the cars are a little short in robot mode, even to MP10. I don't know. But if they are going to downsize this a little bit, just enough, they could kind of coincide mainline and MPG so that like the HasLab stuff now scales with MPG.
Right. That's obviously, that looks like where they're going. I mean,
and I mean stuff like, we're not going to get, maybe we'll never get an MP or MPG Cliff Jumper, the one we saw. Maybe Porsche was like, nah, the movie failed our expectations.
Isn't that weird? Well, they're going by numbers though, right? What number was Cliff Jumper?
Nobody knows.
So, but I don't think we've had every number at this point up until 60.
I think we do.
Really?
I think MP59 is Rhinox, and MP60 is Ginra, and MP58 is that yellow Trailbreaker hoist.
Nobody's going to buy the Rhinox at this point. I mean, I'll wait for Metagate. I'll wait for a fucking Metagate. Metagate's Rhinox would be leagues better than the Takara. I don't know.
If they
I'm probably
do
gonna
one,
buy it anyway.
yeah,
They will.
I'll
But
probably get MP Rhinox.
Look, there's no reason to be concerned in terms of your G1 collection, though, because years ago, Fans Toys stated they have designs for every Transformer, and they intend on releasing all of them. You know?
Yeah, they did. Now, but here's another interesting question. So let's say that this is Takara's like, or Hashtag, both of them. Let's say this is kind of one of their like baller moves where they're like, hey, what does third party do? They fill in holes in MP. And what do collectors like to do? They like to upgrade. They like the best thing available, and they like to bitch. But if you have MPG,
So let's give them something to upgrade.
well,
and something to
but
bitch
think about
about.
it. If they have MPG and mainline at the same scale, then you might just go buy your Studio Series Jazz and put in with your MPG stuff. And then maybe in 5 years, they work out the licensing and they're like, and here's MPG Jazz. And now people are buying that. And same with just about everything. And eventually, if this is a new scale, they can go, well, now it's time for Soundwave. But he's going to be an MPG scale. So he'll be like Soundwave 2.0, but really it's just MPG Soundwave.
I just think it can't. Finish your thought. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, I think that this gives them the way to fill their own holes, giggity, and also
the holes in their wallet.
Keep going. Yeah.
But the holes in the backs of their figures' legs.
That's true. I don't know. But then I also wonder if this is a new scale, if they decide that MPG is going to be, I don't know, 80%, 75% the scale of MP, what does third party do? Does third party keep going? I see Fans Toys keeping at it, but do other third party companies go, well, we might as well match mainline and keep going with that?
They're not competing with mainline anymore. They're all competing with Fans Toys, which I think Fans Toys has supplanted Takara, and I don't think it just happened. And I'm thinking that it's just a coincidence because right at the cusp of the pandemic, you had Zeta, releasing the Unicron, and HasLab with the Unicron, and Studio Cell instead, and everybody went to hiding. You had the pandemic. All these companies disappeared. Fans Toys went into hiding. They released Soundwave under a different name. Like we think is the whole name Fans Toys done. They're getting a new factory. There's rumors that they cut some kind of deal with Takara and the Chinese government to be able to stay in business. I wonder, did Takara pass the G1 torch to Fans Toys?
Wait, I didn't hear this rumor.
Oh yeah, these are several rumors. These are several rumors like coming together. Because the decision we're seeing now was made several years ago. Right? That's how business works.
Oh, for sure.
So it would line up that they're abandoning G1 Masterpiece, and then you see Fans Toys kind of pick up the torch and really go forward with it. But with the one thing that's not jiving is the fact that they're releasing their Prime under a non-Fans Toys brand. They're Ultra Magnus. It's not Robot Paradise or whatever. It's another bullshit name. I think they used it before though, which is weird. But there were rumors that Fans Toys had reached some agreement with the Chinese government to stay in business, and with Takara, there's money, and they were opening their own factory. All this stuff was happening at the same time. This would be around the time Takara decided to just, stop. If this is what we're seeing now, they're stopping and they're going, you know what? Let's just find that sweet spot, so to speak, where Chug meets MP, like this glorified Siege level stuff, or what are they doing now? That's like kind of high quality stuff. The Chug stuff that's really high quality. It's the
Hasbro
Studio Series. It's Studio Series, yeah. It's all like. This is all going towards this Studio Series level, but I'm not sure what the pricing is on MPG, But
Oh, it's not cheap.
Is it the same as Studio Series?
Oh no, it's way more.
Um,
Yeah, this if you go look at TF Source, for example, so a US retailer, MPG 09 is $300.
come on.
Yeah.
Wasn't the Bayverse
Here's a link. Let's see what MP60 is.
oh, what's his name? Why am I so bad at names?
Because it's hard to keep track of all the third-party names and fish.
No, this is the official.
No, they're just
Who-
hard to keep in mind anymore.
Who was the Transformer Optimus's like #1 buddy that died in the first movie? Oh, he's black. Paint. Oh God, Trailbreaker? Ironhide. Right. I'm like thinking Trailbreaker. I'm like, it's not Trailbreaker. It's Ironhide. Right? Like, wasn't he an MPG?
Huh? No.
He was
No,
just
no.
MP.
Oh, you're thinking MPM.
Right, they had MPM and now they have MPG. Okay.
Yeah. The only MPG releases that are out are the train bots, and then they have 2 or 3 repaints. They have 2 repaints of the train bots coming that are slightly retooled to look more like the Diaclone toys, and then
That's
Super
why we have
Ginrai.
9. Okay.
Yeah. So we have 6 train bots, and then we have 2 repaints, and then we have MPG 09.
They've lost me completely. I mean, I'm going to get the
Yeah.
Rhinox just because I want it, but that's it. I'm not getting this shit.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting. I don't know.
This may be a smart business move, right? This isn't about the faith to the fiction and to the spirit. What they'll be doing here is luring in chug collectors, to spend that money.
And vice versa. Because I'll tell you, like, so the HasLab Star Saber and the HasLab Death Stars, they both look pretty good. I had zero desire to get them because I don't really do chug at all anymore. I pick up a few pieces here and there, but I stick with MP. If those would have been MP scaled, even though we already have an MP Star Saber, I would have been less inclined for that. But that Desaurus, if that was MP scaled, I probably would have bit on the HasLab.
Yeah.
Right. But
So that's what I'm saying now. If they go the other way and they make the Masterpiece line, which is now MPG, if they make it smaller so that it does scale with the HasLab stuff, well, now
but the thing is,
you get people going both ways.
No. I mean, think about your shelves, right? If you have all MP stuff and third party, you're not going to quote unquote downgrade into the aesthetic and size of the more chug leaning stuff that's coming out.
There is probably a
It's
surprising
not gonna
amount
look
of people
right.
who would end up just jumping on the new
But
one.
But most chug collectors who have this scale already on their shelves and have this general field of aesthetic on their shelves, the only difference to them is the price tag. But that's the lure. They're like, oh my God, I'm going to get a God Ginrai. Oh my God, it'll look so good on my shelf. Mom, it's $340, Mom. But that'll pop the cherries. So this is a smart way for this business to get the millions of chug collectors spending MP money. They don't care about the MP collectors anymore. You know why? They're buying third party. I mean, this makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But also I think there are a number of people who haven't been in the collecting game long enough to have the big MP collection and MP third party collection. So they might be willing to say, oh, it's time to go to this new scale and start with that.
Yeah, you got some of those.
Here's another interesting thing. So I didn't notice this until just now, but look at the second link I just sent in our private chat. The first link is MPG 09, $300. The second link is Super Ginrai from the LG line, which was that Japanese Transformers Legends line. And this is the better version of what Hasbro released, but it's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's Ginrai, but it's the Chug version. It's $100 different. So this kind of matches up. Like, I wonder how tall this thing's 9 inches tall. I wonder how big. Now I really want to find that link that had the height of the MPG 09. Because what if you look at this?
What's the difference between Super Ginrai and God Ginrai?
So Super Ginrai is the cab and the trailer, and then God Ginrai is with God Bomber attached.
Mm-hmm. The extra trailer.
Yeah. So he gets the wings and the new shoes, and I think he gets new hands maybe. I forget everything. He gets the giant cannon and the sword.
So why is the car competing with itself? This doesn't make any sense.
Well, this LG 35 is old. I don't know. It came out, I don't know, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, maybe 4.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe this is an inflated price. You know, TF Source likes to do that shit, but I don't know if this is a reissue of this LG 35. Let's see if somebody else has it. Let's see if Big Bad has it. But it's real interesting to see the Chug version of the same character and the MPG version, and they're only $100 difference. And it's like, well, you got your choice now. They'll both fit on your shelf. One's a Chug, one's gonna have all the extra masterpiece stuff.
Will it though? Will it have extra masterpiece stuff?
Yeah, it's got like the big fingernails or whatever the little lightning effects are. It looks like the world's longest fingernails to me, but it's got the lightning effects and it's got the blast effects, and let's look exactly what all it has.
He's got articulated hands. I mean, ab crunch. I don't know.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of extra little parts here.
Yeah, I mean, the articulation's there. It's just I wonder about paint, hardware, you know.
And I wonder too, like after handling one of those train bots, I'm like, ugh. This could be smaller scale, lower quality.
Right,
know?
It's going to be smaller scale. Takara's changed scale in the past, so they're not averse to doing it again.
Yeah,
they've downsized already.
A lot of this to me just sounds like, honestly, it's a way that they're going to make their existing lines fit the new MP, and in the process, they can just save a shit ton of money.
And
give them excuse to put all the waffles and all that shit into MP line, and probably still charge more money for it.
But that's how you get the Chug guys in, right? The millions of Chug collectors, because you just save MPG for that one fantastic character everyone wants.
Yeah,
the Ginrai.
I mean, and that's kind of what they're. Honestly, that's what they do with the HasLab stuff. You know,
exactly.
Like MPG is just gonna end up being HasLab for bigger characters that they think they can sell more.
Exactly, that's exactly it.
Yeah, or they could just do the upgrade thing like they always do. You know, it's like, oh, this Optimus is the best Optimus for Chug, and then Earthrise Optimus comes out, and they're like, oh, that one's really good, and and then they're gonna do a Studio Series Optimus Prime at some point for Chug, for mainline, and it'll be like, oh, no, that one's better. I see them doing the same thing with this. It's like, oh, eventually they're going to do an Optimus Prime and MPG. It's inevitable. And it'll be a little bit different scale. And then you have both the MPG and the Chug collectors going, oh, it's so good. I think I want MPG 25 Optimus, And another thing, too, looking at the releases of MP10, which arguably... I mean, MP3 was in the same scale, which turned into MP11. But MP10 is arguably when they said, this is the new scale, right? And then they carried on. That came out in September of 2011. Mm-hmm. So I could easily see them going, man, it's been 13 years. Let's put a cork in this and let's redo the scale again. and we'll just do it with MPG.
Now,
And another
did-
argument is they could say, oh yeah, well this allows us to do combiners that aren't $10,000, you know, like, or, you know, $1,200. We can do a Devastator and MPG, and since he's a little smaller, it won't be, you know, $300 a figure.
And that's
Well-
how they justify it to themselves.
Well, they might charge you a similar price, though. It might be a tad cheaper, but still a lot more than chug collectors are used to paying. You know, but that's how they'll get them in. That's
Yeah,
how they're
but-
going to now open up their old market. They're going to say, okay, we've lost MP collectors. We will now sell our MP to chug collectors. And they're going to charge more. It's going to be more than these chug collectors are used to paying. Come on.
Yeah, but I mean, if we look at this, if people are buying this Legends, this LG35 Optimus or Super Ginra for $200, I could see somebody going, you know, for another $100,
Exactly.
I get a way better version of the exact same character.
And once they pop that cherry, now the chug collector is in on MPG.
Yeah,
That's exactly it. One
and they
interesting
can go
thing
back and forth.
This Ginrai mold are his smokestacks supposed to be behind his shoulders?
Yeah,
That's fucking weird.
yeah. Well, Ginra was, yeah. I mean, that's just
Make
He's
him
kind of
prime,
a-
but not
yeah. Even in the cartoon, that's how he looked.
dumb. Dumb. All right, speaking of dumb, I think we're done.
I think so.
If they're changing MP scale, I'm done with MP. I can tell
All
you that.
I'm
I want-
110% done with MP.
You know what I want? I want listener questions. Listen, Tyler, Cody.
Listen,
I know you're. I know you
Chris.
hear me.
Mike.
Chris,
Ryan.
Mike, Ryan, you fuck.
Yeah, Ryan.
Ryan,
Fuck.
you're a piece of shit. You suck at video games. You're a noob. Now I'm gonna call you Noob Ryan for every show until you send us a listener question. Okay, Noob Ryan. What's that game everyone plays? You can get any. We used to play it together a few times. Justin.
Fortnite?
Yeah,
Play
shoot.
Fortnite?
Fortnite. There you go, Fortnite. Ryan, you suck at Fortnite. You're a new Brian sucking at Fortnite. That's you wearing a banana costume, fighting the good fight until you post us a listener question. I want a listener question, Ryan. Anyway, email a question to hailunicroncast@gmail.com. That is hailunicroncast@gmail.com. Special shout outs to Dust Mites for providing the beats for the theme song. Check the Realm of Collectors on Facebook. Everyone who followed us from Shadowcast Uncut, we're grateful to each and every one of you for joining us on this journey. And you know who the hosts are. Rich, you don't even get a place to find you. It just says Rich Pre-Order H.
Shit,
Oh, God. All right. What does mine say? Robert
Something
Gigante. All right, that's it. Go fuck yourselves. Have a good night.
Good night.
Good night.